Hiya. As you can see, I'm in my car. I just drove home from work and I'm about to go in. But before I start my mum life, after my corporate life, I thought I'd share something with you. And it's not easy to share really, because obviously I post about mindfulness and all the benefits of mindfulness and how much happier I feel since I've been doing mindfulness. But I wanted to share with you that even though I've got all of these tools and all of these things that I've learnt over the years that I can put into play to give myself a better chance at an awesome life, I still have rough times, and this week has been a real example of that. Working out what it is part of the things that I do now. So rather than just allowing a bad week or bad feelings to sit and fester, I've been obviously thinking about them and exploring how it's made me feel. And I had a bit of a headache and I had a bit of a cold. It's that time of year, which obviously gives you a bit of a knock, doesn't it? It makes you feel a bit naff and a bit like life becomes too difficult to deal with. But then it was, I guess the gremlins took hold, the inner critic, the voices in my head. And without sounding batty, the voices in my head that I've talked about before on previous videos, they, as humans, they lean towards negative. It's just the way we are. And although I was really aware, and I have been all week, of what these negative thoughts are just thoughts, they were becoming pretty damn persistent. So what was I festering about? Things like my business, things like work's become slightly more challenging over the last couple of weeks, and I started to doubt whether I could do it. The thing I've done for 23 years is recruitment, and all of a sudden I start questioning whether I'm good enough, and then once I start questioning whether I'm good enough, it starts to feel that failure is only around the corner, and the imposter syndrome kicks in, and you start thinking, God, everyone's going to realise that I can't do this, I can't do it, and they're going to find me out. Same with Project Awesome Life. It's like, God, I'm meant to be this mindful teacher. I'm meant to be teaching people how to have an awesome life and how to handle and deal with their emotions, and how, meditation and finding quiet time and connecting with their bodies and all this stuff is meant to help you. And here I am in a mess. And so really, I've had to just take stock this week. I've had to allow those emotions to happen. I've had to talk about the way I've been feeling to people I trust and people who I know care about me. And I've had to reach out to people who I know will support me and tell me, some people who give me a hug and a cuddle and a gentle, come on, you're okay. And other people who give me a kick up the arse, basically, and say, get on with it, pull your socks up, it's just your inner critic, and move on. You'll get by, it'll pass. And slowly but surely, it has been passing. And I feel today I'm sort of on that path again to being clearer and to being more the happy Emma, the happy version of me, the awesome version of me. But I've had to do some things. I've had to, take my own advice. And so I fall off the mindful wagon. I fall off it. I haven't been meditating. I haven't been doing the things that I'm meant to do. I haven't been taking care of myself and resting. I've been running around and pushing and pushing and pushing. And so over the last few days, I've took stock and I've took some time and I've relaxed and I've slept when I needed to sleep. I've reconnected with my reasons for doing PAL, my reasons for working my corporate job. I've used my mantra that I use when I feel a bit wobbly at work, which I'll talk about in another blog. I won't go into it in this one, but I use that sort of mantra, affirmation, talking to yourself, whatever you want to call it, to just redo that groove in my head that says I can do this, and I've done it, and I will continue to do it. And I've also had to find that time, that commitment to myself, to get a bit of meditation in. And I use meditation loosely. For me, it's been, I just need to go back to basics. So I've been doing 10 minutes a day, just 10 minutes. And, you know, to fit that in has meant I've had to set my alarm for 15 minutes earlier. So I can get up before everybody else. I can go downstairs before I've opened the curtains, before I've done anything else. And I can sit and do a meditation. And it's 10 minutes. And then I get on with my day. And at first you think, oh, this isn't working, why am I bothering? But you have to keep it up. You have to persist and just keep finding that time for yourself. I've gone out for walks at lunchtime, not taking my phone, just going for a walk. And again, it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And all of these little things that I've just done to kind of balance myself and to give myself that headspace I needed from the inner critic has begun its magic, I guess. And but I wanted to share it with you because I wanted to show you that although I've got all these tools, I still fall off the wagon. I don't do what I'm meant to do, and it's okay. And you just need to remind yourself that this is for you, this is for the best and the good of you. And by reminding myself of that and committing to it and finding the time and finding the space, it's meant that I'm coming out the other side. And I'd like to help. This is what my why is. This is why I do PAL, because I want to help people so that this feeling doesn't take over. That was one of the overriding things I felt this week. I felt sorry for the person that I was before who didn't know how to deal with this. I felt sorry for that person. And it really touched me, really, to think how sad I'd felt for so long without knowing how to get out of it. And so I want to help people not feel sad for as long as I did. And even though I felt sad this week and it's been tough, I'm coming out of it. So anyway, I hope you've had a good week. And if you haven't, I hope you can take a little bit of comfort in the fact that there are many, many people who are in that situation. And, you know, reach out and let them reach out to you. All the best. Good night.